Hi everybody, it's Mark from Boost Kiteboarding. Today we're going to go over setting up bar and lines and the kite. This is going to make sure that you're going to set up safely and the kites will be set up properly. First of all, get it out on the ground. I want to lay the leading edge, the kite upside down with the leading edge facing into the wind. So the wind is coming this way, so I'm ready to throw this out. Okay, I've thrown out the kite, put it out forward, and I have the leading edge facing into the wind. It's also upside down, so you can see the struts. So we're going to roll the kite out first. And another thing that I do want to check is I want to check that the bridle's on the right side. My bridle system is basically on top of the inside of the kite, and that's where you want it, both sides of course. And I'm going to hook up the pump. First of all, your leash, your tether, so the kite doesn't fly away. Second of all, hook up the hose to the nozzle. Most kites have a single inflation point, just makes it very easy to pump up the kite. Your pumps nowadays have nice gauges, and there's usually an indicator right on the kite how much pressure they want in this kite to make it work properly. So this one says 7 psi, so I'm going to pump this thing up, and of course the gauge is accurate, very simple. Okay, as I pump harder, you'll see the kite kind of take shape. And this is when the pressure will start building on there. And of course, you look at the gauge to get exactly what you want the pressure. So I'm up to about 3 pounds. Okay, so now the kite is inflated to the proper pressure. We are ready to flip it over. The way we do that, we always handle it from the leading edge. We'll actually put pressure on the one side and just kind of walk it over. Okay, so there's very little sliding around. When the kite is flipped over, facing into the wind, you can put some weight onto the canopies, kind of holds it down even better. Now that the kite is pumped up, we're gonna hook up your bar and lines. So I'm gonna start throwing the lines here and walking them out. The most important point on this thing is to pull this off as a 4-line set, and also pulling it off the front of the bar. This is the way you're gonna have the least amount of tangles when I walk out the lines. Whatever you do, don't do this. You're gonna end up with a big rat's nest. It's just a nightmare. Okay, so I walked the line straight downwind from the kite, and I'm ready to put the bar down. What you gotta remember is we're behind the kite, so we want to set this bar. We want to find out which side is upside down on the bar. Of course, marked it very good by putting a stop in the red line. That means it's upside down. That's the way we want it because we're hooking up the lines behind the kite. I'm ready to walk out my lines. And what I want to do is start right from the beginning here on all 4 of the lines to make sure lines are walked out perfectly. So I'm going to grab the outside 2, and I'm going to separate these ones here, and I'm going to walk it out from here and from here. So I got all 4 lines the way I want it, and I'm going to start walking this out. Okay, I've walked out my lines. First thing you're going to notice is that you have red on one side and you have gray on the other side. It's already a good sign. Shows you that things are going right. Before we hook it up, we also want to check the bridle. So basically you pull your bridle a little bit tight, you can lift your wing a little bit. Always take a look at it, make sure that there's no tangles. I'll show you on the other one where there's a tangle. This one is perfect, very simple to see. First of all, on this side here, you'll see that the leaders on the kite and the leaders on the bar are the same colors. Really tells you have it on the right side. You have knots, that's for your steering, that's the outside ones. Your steering for your bar, you have the lark's head. Can't hook this up wrong. You put that in to the center lines, they call those. You have your lark's head on the kite, and then you have your knot on your bar side. you have a hole in the one side. All you do is you push the hole through the line to create your lark's head. Your kite is set up properly, your bar is set up properly, ready to launch, ready for your session. If you have any questions, comment down below. Make sure to follow us on Facebook or Instagram pages. Everybody, thanks for watching. Till next time.